I'm like, stretch and pull, and anybody who knows 3-point stretch, good on you. If you don't know what a 3-point stretch is and you're trying to tattoo from home, you're a piece of shit. And I'll tell you why you're a piece of shit, okay? You find advice for anybody who is trying to get an apprenticeship, okay? It was easy for the people who work here with me to come in and get an apprenticeship because I had availability. People I had either fired or made walk away from the tattoo shop opened the way for the people who are here to be here, okay? But I'm telling you right now, if you're looking for an apprenticeship, now it takes time sometimes.
It took me 2 years.
Okay? It takes time to find the right tattoo shop, to go in and hang out at the tattoo shop. If the tattooist is busy and you see that garbage needs to be taken out up the front, not in the tattoo station, right? But like the garbage needs to be taken out in the waiting area. Or if your tattooist is busy setting up and they forgot to do paperwork, hey, I'll do the paperwork for you. Oh, you're tattooing? I'm here hanging out. Let me answer that phone for you. So the more you show up to a tattoo shop that you jive with and you're good with, the more that they'll see that, oh, they're actually spending their time doing this. Maybe one day you're sitting there drawing and painting and somebody looks at you and goes, hey, do you want an apprenticeship? It's rare, but it does happen. Look for a tattoo shop that needs your help, that, is looking for somebody, and don't expect to get paid for that. Because as an apprentice, I can tell you right now, you don't get paid for an apprenticeship. 9 times out of 10, a tattoo shop is going to make you pay for that apprenticeship. Mm-hmm. Because we want to see if you're serious or not. Are you going to waste our fucking time? And if you are, we're going to get paid for it.
Which, the way you ended up with me was a bit unconventional.
Very unconventional. And I'm not mad. Since Jay has not been here, we talk about Jay often. How awesome it was that Jay was here, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. And now Jay's back. And it's just like, it's a huge weight lifted off of my shoulders, I know for sure. Because I know eventually Fish won't be here. Fish volunteers his time to come in and help the shop. He hangs out, I fucking feed him, whatever, right? I love you too. But like Fish does a lot, right? You did a lot when you were here. Eddie does a lot when he's here. So like everybody has a role here, and it helps the shop function in ways that just, but when I lose him, and I'm not picking on you guys, but when I lose him and Eddie starts working, then William and Ash are going to be by themselves. I need somebody who knows what to do in the shop. If Fish isn't here, you know what to do, then you and William are in charge, If William's not here, then you and Ash are in charge, So having somebody here that knows how to run the shop and to take care of things is like, it's so ideal, Unfortunately, you do get those shitty-ass clients that are just like, what do we do? How do I handle the situation? And you try to go above and beyond and help these clients that there's just no help. You just got to tell them, just get the fuck out. Just leave. Don't ever come back. And you were in a situation like that once before where, this client came in, spilled a fucking coffee drink all over the fucking place. I'm like, awesome, cool. And then said that William and Jay were stealing credit card information.
We stole her card, is what she said, and it was in her front pocket the whole time.
The whole time. Like, I had to replay the cameras.
We had to call the police.
Yeah.
It was rough.
Oh, dude, it was it. But fortunately, situations like that, like, harden you up for the next person. It's like, okay, listen,
It's like, listen, dude, if you don't chill the fuck out, I'm going to make you chill the fuck out.
Oh yeah, and that's so important to to have a boss and to have coworkers that have your back. There's a right way and a wrong way for us to act and for clients to act.
Yeah.
And if those clients, we're being good, but those clients are just giving a shit. It's nice to say, listen, Steve, this is what's going on. It's like, handle it.
It's like, all right,
Handle
all bets are off then.
Do what you need to do. Do what you need to do. You know, take care of it. And if you need me there, I'll be right there. Always. I will always have your backs. You know, that's so refreshing to know that, oh man, you know, even if you guys are in the wrong, it's like, okay. And then we talk about it, you know, when everybody's gone. It's like, hey, you know, what happened, whatever.
Yeah, it's like, listen, I know I fucked up. I just needed you to save me because I fucked up.
Yeah, it's all right. It's okay. Hey, we all fucked the fuck up.
We're human.
We are human, you know, and I think that's what a lot of clients don't understand is that, man, we're not machines. We're human. We make mistakes. You know, it's yeah, some of us do think that we were created in a lab. Yes.
You know, sometimes I question it some days.
Oh, every day, dude. Like, I really question, you know, I really question whether or not I want to, you know, continue doing this or not. Like, there are days that I wake up and I'm just like, do I want to continue to do this? And I sit back and I look at it and I go, I've been in business for 5 years. 5 years, June the 5th. Right? June the 5th, 5 years. And I've gotten this far. You know? Keep going. What else can we keep doing? You know?
I mean, you beat COVID. And that's something a lot of shops can't say, is
Right.
that they couldn't really beat the shutdowns.
Yeah, a lot of them say that. I mean, and then, you know, there have been a lot of things that have happened over the years that fucking I've just wanted to quit.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard down here in a little town where we are, especially in the Bible Belt, especially, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
People who don't know me, you know, like they're like, oh, Steve isn't from around here, you know. It's hard being a community-oriented shop and have a bit, but everybody has their opinions. Everybody will go to who they want to go to. Everybody, you know.
Yeah.
It's just, it's been rough, but I wake up every day and this isn't a job for me. And anybody who is out there in life trying to make a dream come true, you really got to work for it. You really got to have the right people in your life to do it. Is it possible to do? Yeah. Is it financially draining? Absolutely. Is it emotionally draining? You bet.
Mm-hmm.
But if you've got a good support system, and you guys have been my biggest support, the people that are here now, minus a couple of people because they're off doing other things, but my biggest support have been my family and you guys here in the shop. And I can't stress enough how much I appreciate that, because the clients will come. The work will be there. You know, it will happen. It just takes time.
Yep.
It just takes time. And I'm that shop that if something comes in the door, I'll offer it to you guys first, because I want you guys to make the money. You know, there's a split, right? But everything I make goes directly into the shop, so I would rather lose out on money to ensure that you guys are taken care of.
And
you
that's
know?
like another thing about the shop that kind of automatically made me feel safe is that there are no gang tattoos allowed type shit. Because some shops will do gang tattoos.
Yeah.
But we do not.
We are a classy, not trashy kind of a shop. You know, we will try. Really? Tiptoeing through the tulips, my dude.
He just didn't want to make any sound.
Jesus Christ! It's on carpet. You're not gonna make any noise.
You can tell him that as the day is long and he ain't gonna listen.
Right, but you know, a lot of shops will do the tattoo just for the money, we like to walk our clients through what could happen. Career choices, especially if you're just getting out of high school. Like, what do you plan on doing? Are you going to school? Oh, you're going to medical school? Maybe put this tattoo somewhere else. That way, if you have to hide it for medical school, you're able to, you know?
Yeah.
Like, we do that. Like, we really make the young people think about what is
What
this going to
you're
look
doing.
like? Yeah, what are you doing? And a lot of people don't like us for that, and that's absolutely fine. But a lot of people do, you know, there's the part that really respect that. You know, the mother coming in with her child that just turned 18 that wants this tattoo, and it's like, do you really though? Like, sit down here a minute, let's talk about this tattoo design, right? Again, love us or hate us, and we have a lot out there like that, and I think every tattoo shop is like that out there. There isn't a tattoo shop out there that is like, you know, the love, like that there is no hate. Everybody has love hate for every business. Every business, you know, I could go to the Twin down here, you know, and I absolutely love their milkshakes. But I really like the chocolate milkshake from Wendy's. I don't know, you know, the Frosty from Wendy's, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But everybody, you know, every business is like that. I don't feel that anybody out there has like a perfect 5-star rating with like hundreds of reviews. I mean, I could be wrong, you know, but everybody out there isn't going to like you, you know. That's fine.
I mean, that's just part of human nature.
Part of human nature. Choice.
Free will.
You always have a choice. Free will. Yes. Yes.
We love it in this house.
And you know, I'm going to get you at some point, right? Like, we're going to sit here and, like, we're going to talk.
Me?
Yeah, you. Yeah, dude, I'm going to ask, like, why tattoos? You know, what made you decide to come in here? Like, I'm going to ask all of that. Like, not today. Just be warned that I'm going to be like, sit in the chair, we're doing a podcast.
Initially, the reason I decided to come in was to get a tattoo, and then you just ended up with me that
There
way.
you go. Yeah.
It's my turn. Can I have some peanut butter coffee creamer?
Yes, we will give you peanut butter coffee creamer. Absolutely.
Because you saw the piece that I had on my arm.
Loved it.
And
So pretty. Did you ever think about adding color to the flame?
on this one,
Yeah.
I've considered it.
Yeah.
You can if you want to.
Should let Case do it.
Right now?
The flame. Oh, whenever.
I mean, I'm fine with it.
Whenever. Whenever. Blend in some really cool colors and pick some
There's
colors.
another
and-
one that I want to add
Yeah?
to like this area.
Mhm.
However, I can't put it where I would want because, you know, I'm not putting it in the ditch.
The ditch isn't a terrible spot.
True, but
When you sleep, you got to sleep with your arm out.
yeah.
you know?
Initially though, it would have been right here, so I think I'm gonna put it right here.
You can. Yeah.
But I want the marker thing.
Dude. You guys have at it. Have fun. You know?
But yeah, I just came in for a semicolon tattoo, and then she's been stuck with me ever since.
Boom. Why did you initially come in here, Case? Yeah, now you gotta come out here and fucking say it. You gotta come out here and fucking say it. So this is like the so when we we interview Case, okay? But I have to ask. So why did you decide to stop on the only business on this little strip right here? The only, you know, like all of these vacant buildings here in Ravenna, and you stopped here. Why?
Me and Bones were driving by, and I knew I needed a job coming up. My other job was ending, and I look over, saw the business. I was like, oh, that's where I need to apply. And so I took a picture of the phone number, and I called and I was like, hey, can I get a receptionist job? And Steve was like, I don't hire people over the phone. Come in today. And I was like, I can be there in 2 hours. And Steve was like, okay. And I was there in 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yep.
You wanted a receptionist job.
I did.
What happens?
You asked to see my art
Yeah, because you said.
because I asked if I could draw while I sat here.
Yeah.
You
That's
said,
what
let me
happens.
see your shit.
See, you shot yourself in the foot there.
Shot yourself in the fucking
Well,
foot.
see, like, she said that she could only pay me so much for working there, and I was like, okay, can I work on my commissions? Because I do drawing commissions.
Yeah.
That way I could, like, is it okay if I work on my commissions while I'm here? That way, display whatever income I'm not going to get. And she was like, let me see your shit. And so I showed her the charcoal drawing I did of Pennywise. And she was like, do you want a fucking apprenticeship? I said exactly like that.
Do you want a fucking apprenticeship instead? Yeah.
Yeah. And
Abso-fucking-lutely.
And my jaw dropped.
for me, she was in the middle of doing my tattoo,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm like, oh yeah, I designed this one, and then I show her my left arm, and she was like, you drew that? Yeah. And I mentioned how I had been looking for a tattoo apprenticeship, and she was like, all right, you're mine now. I need a digital artist. Yoink.
Yeah. And, you know, it's nice to have different skill sets, you know?
Yeah.
I like traditional tattoos. I want to focus solely on doing more traditional pieces. As the business owner, you're kind of thrown everywhere. Script, flowers. Now, I'm not saying that I don't like doing any of those things, but you guys are a lot better at them than I am. I mean, let's be fucking real.
Script can be a pain.
Script is very challenging. If you can do script, you can do just about anything,
Yeah,
right?
you seem to think that I'm good at script.
Dude, fine line tattooist right here is Ash. Hands fucking down. Hands down. You know, anything smaller than a fucking 7-liner, Ash has it all fucking day. You know,
I'm good
I'm like,
with a 5. I just need to practice with a 3.
The first tattoo she
Okay.
had me doing was a 3.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
because I did 3s on the fuzzies for that one
Oh, yeah.
moth that I did.
Like I have, so, your
3s are
fuzzies, right? The fuzzies,
That was fun.
5 mag. 5 mag. No. Once I showed,
Which I know it's easy enough to work with. It's
oh,
just
yeah.
I have a preference for the liners.
It's so intimidating.
I guess it's just artist preference though.
Yes, it is artist preference. There, like again, we're not here to say you must use these needles to do this, but you know, yeah. Once you learn how to use the different needles and the way you need them, dude, it's so fucking cool. It's so cool. Once I showed Ash how to use that mag, did you see the little dudes that she did? 5 mag to get the little fuzzies.
Yeah, I know they're on Christian.
Aren't they cute?
Yeah.
But like, have you like
Yeah, I
legitimately
looked
looked
up
at
at
them?
them. I looked at them up close on her arm.
5 mag,
Yeah.
right? 5 mag, man, and the rest of it, little tiny liner. Like that's the cool. Once something clicks in your head,
Yeah.
and you're like, whoa, that's my favorite part of being a business owner, showing somebody, you know, like, here, and then they just take off with it, and then they're doing their own fucking thing, and now, you know, they're doing these big, huge, wonderful pieces, you know, and it's like, yeah, you know, yeah. I'm always so proud of the stuff that you guys do. It's like, yeah, you know.
Would it be safe to put another tattoo on me?
Yeah, you're fine. It's on the
Okay.
opposite side. Yeah, you're healing good. No
Alright.
infection or anything. Yeah, you're good.
Cool.
It's all good.
I just wanted to make sure.
Oh, yeah, you're fine. You're right. Well,
She was so afraid that she was hurting me.
I think we're all like that. Like, there comes a
I'm
point
not.
in time when, in like, your...
I'm not.
you have to. There comes a point in time...
Because
in-
I'll look and see if I'm actually hurting them, but I'm not
Yes.
afraid because I know that I'm not.
like, you have...
I have to
Yeah,
hurt
you
you,
have to hurt 'em.
get it to
Yes.
happen. But if I'm hurting you too much, that's when I want you to tell me that you need a break.
Like, you know, and...
Like, tell me that you need a minute. But if it's just hurting you the way that it's supposed to hurt you, then I'm
Right.
not that worried about it.
see,
I'm
there's a
not.
lot of tattooists that are just like, sucks to suck, right?
Yeah, like, I say, you know, it's fine if you're having a rough one and you need a break, but if you're just kind of squirming the whole time, I'm gonna tell you to fucking sit still.
My tattooist was like that. So my top left thigh, right? My top right thigh, was a piece of cake, no problem. Top left thigh, I wanted to punch babies.
Yeah.
Right, like it was a point in my life where I had gone through chemo and radiation for my cervical cancer, and I want to say that my mom was with me for this one. So the tattooist started on my tattoo, and like 10 minutes into it, I'm like, man, this really hurts. I remember my tattooist looking at me and going, okay, noted. And he starts tattooing again. Another 2 minutes later, I'm like, I can't do this. And he stops and he looks at me and he was like, we can't stop. We have to continue. I'm like, okay, all right. And he started again. I'm like, I can't do this. Third time he's saying this, right?
Yeah.
And he stops and looks at me and he was like, I have you booked for 4.5 hours. Sucks to suck.
Yeah.
Sucks to suck, right? And then it dawned on me that you're right. I wanted this, right? This is his job. This is his income. Sucks to suck for me. Who am I to sit there and take that income away from him?
Yeah. Like,
sucks to suck.
If you're having a rough one, I'll just tell them, listen, if you want to just do the outline, we can do the outline.
Mm-hmm.
But you're going to have to sit fucking still for the outline.
Hold still,
Because if you move, I swear I will stop and we can have you with just these few lines, buddy.
Oh, man. There have been so many fine line things that have come in.
And they want them in the most sensitive spots.
On the ribs. And
then they squirm.
Or they're breathing. It's like,
Or they breathe really fast, and it's like, quit. Take deep breaths.
Just breathe. Just breathe normally.
Breathe normal. Stop hyperventilating, or else I can't touch you with this needle.
Right,
dude.
and then like you're trying to tattoo with their breaths, right?
Yeah.
And then like they'll hold their breath, and then they'll breathe again. It's like,
yeah.
Just that slight movement. It's like,
Now, I can't lie though. If it's one of my friends and they chose a sensitive spot, I will giggle at them a little. Because I know the person, and so I'm going to make fun of them because they chose that spot. Because I tattooed somebody's palm and I giggled at him the whole time.
Oh man, palm tattoo.
Because he wanted a solid black star on his palm and I giggled at him the whole time.
Oh, dude, tattoo your fingers. Tattoo all of your fingers. Like, not like, okay, so like you got your big knuckle there, right? So like the knuckle down between your cuticle and like that first bendy part of your finger, that's awful.
That looks like it would hurt like a motherfucker.
And all of it fell out, like all of my fingers.
What does the bottom of your foot feel like?
Almost the same. It's like it's not terrible, but like your fingers.
I'm gonna do it one of these days. You're gonna walk in and you're gonna see me with my shoe off, and you're gonna be like, "What are you doing?" I'm tattooing my foot.
Go for it. Have fun. More power to you.
Because I just want to know what it feels like.
Dude, everybody's different. Like, you've got more padding on your feet because you're using your feet all the time. Right?
Yeah. With your hands, no, you're fucked.
Depends on, what work you do, right?
Yeah, but like if you do what we do and you're having to constantly wash your hands and take off layers of your skin.
Carpentry, mechanics,
Mechanics, your hands are still probably going to be a little tender in some spots.
Oh, yeah.
And then you're going to forget that you have that fresh tattoo on your hand. You're going to spray brake cleaner right on it.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to forget.
Oh, yeah. Like, I tried. Dude, in between your toes, I thought was painful until I got my fingers tattooed. And I'm like, and that was just solid black.
Mine that I wanted to kick an orphan was my left arm. And it's because all of the nerve damage is up through my wrist and in that area.
Dude, get your fingers tattooed. I'm telling you, it's the worst experience in the world.
I threw up.
I did too.
It was the worst.
I was pulling away from William. I'm like, no. I pulled my hand out of his hand, and he just looked at me like, the fuck? I'm like, no.
For context, though, this was also my second tattoo.
Yeah.
That was a horrible idea to do that as my second in a spot with nerve damage.
You better stay out of the sun with that one.
I wanted to kick fucking babies. But it's aged pretty well.
So far.
It's about 4 years old now.
So far. Stay out of the sun. The more you're out of the sun, the better off your tattoos are.
Yeah, because I mean, this is from being in the sun a little last summer.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, a little equating to like probably 47 hours total. But I put on sun protection on all of my tattoos.
Yeah, always that.
Except for the one on my shoulder.
What advice can you give people who are just starting to collect art? I call it collecting art because obviously you're going to go to different shops if something like if a piece jives with you, you know, like you have to keep coming to get tattooed by us if you come to Red River Tattoo. No,
we don't give a fuck.
Yeah, like dude, like okay, cool, you know,
cool. You found somebody else that you liked their art style.
Yeah, you know,
like wicked. Support other artists.
Oh, absolutely. Like but so what advice would you give to collectors out there?
So number one, do not pick a very sensitive spot for your first few. Don't pick your elbows. Quit going for your knees early, because I've seen people come in that they wanted as their third tattoo is on their knee. I have tattoos on both of the hollows of my knees, and I can tell you that it's a little pinchy. Don't do your thigh for your first one either.
Oh, dude.
I'd say go for your forearms, your biceps, and your shins. Your shins are going to be a little pinchy, but they aren't the worst.
No.
Your calves are the worst.
And what about for healing? What advice would you give?
For healing, just use an antibacterial liquid soap. If you use a bar soap, I will climb through your computer and get you. All right?
Why?
Because bar soaps will harbor bacteria and you will infect your tattoo. We will know.
Oh, we will know. Like everybody's like, how are they gonna know? Well,
we fucking know.
We know. We've seen it.
We've seen people come in with staph or MRSA set up in a tattoo. There's sometimes it might be infected just because there's a fucking hair in it. But do not go to the ER. Come to your tattooist. We will help you.
Yeah,
we'll tell you if you need to go to the hospital.
Yes.
Because sometimes it's just as much as you got a cat hair in there and you just need to use some witch hazel and get it out.
Yep.
And you're going to use either like bacitracin or like A&D, Aquaphor, whatever.
No Neosporin, no peroxide, no alcohol.
No. And if we find out that you've been debriding your tattoo with peroxide, we will get you.
I've seen that too. I've had people come in here and it's like...
And it's like, why would you debride that?
Like, why?
Because that will rip the ink out of your skin. You will heal patchy. You will not look right. Quit it.
What about summertime, man? No pools, no hot tubs, no saunas until you're healed?
Probably shouldn't, because, there's a bunch of bacteria that like to hide in hot tubs, especially that nasty amoeba that likes to eat brains. Or, you could get necrotizing fasciitis.
I've seen that
from
once.
Dirty water.
I've seen that once, but as a medical assistant.
But I'm saying, like, even if you're going into the rivers, lakes, do not do that with a fresh tattoo. You will get such bad infections.
Yeah, there's always that possibility.
And you should not be doing that unless you're at least, like, a week healed. Minimum a week
Minimum.
Healed.
I mean,
like,
mine is still
it needs
healing.
to be, like, shiny, fresh skin before you do anything.
No scabs.
No scabs. No nasties. And before you put on any other like moisturizer, make sure you wash it first. Please don't just put more and more like Aquaphor on there, because you're going to trap bacteria in there. It's going to stay wet, and bacteria loves warm, wet places.
Warm, damp places.
And so it will set up an infection, and your tattoo's not going to fucking look right afterwards.
And you're going to smother your tattoo if you keep layering it on.
Yep, and you might have to go to the hospital. Because with the infections that could set up, they could be life-threatening.
Oh, absolutely.
So you could lose the limb if you're not careful.
You could. You could.
So you can't just get a tattoo and then be stupid about it.
We see that a lot.
We do
see that often.
But we would rather you didn't be stupid.
We would rather, but then sometimes common sense is not so common. And
yeah, common sense is lacking, and so
sometimes.
we help and we doctor. But
talk to your tattooist
talk to your tattooist or your piercer, because if your piercing looks funny, Please don't pull it out. You might have an abscess, and if you pull that out, the infection will get worse and will burrow in.
Yeah.
With
it
that.
could absolutely get worse.
Do not pull it out. Go to your piercer. And do not go to the ER because they might give you incorrect advice and also make it worse.
That is a possibility.
Because that does happen. Because
I've
they're
seen-
not always trained on how to take care of those things in the way that we are.
Sometimes. Always check with your tattooist and your piercer first.
And then if they tell you that you need to go on to seek medical treatment, then please do so. Don't ignore it because you could end up with infections.
Yes. Sometimes speaking to your tattooer or piercer can help with a doctor bill. Like you said, sometimes it can be something as stupid as there's a little hair in it, a piece of dust, a little speck of dirt, and your body doesn't know what to do with it. And,
And then the doctor is not going to know what to do.
we're just going to give you an antibacterial and blah, 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 blah. And
And
here
it
you
doesn't
go.
make it any better because the hair is still in there.
Right, it's still in there.
You have to use some witch hazel to pull it out.
Sometimes witch hazel, sometimes we can just use green soap and then
True,
and just clean.
but other times if it's in there good, the witch hazel has to pull it out.
Only if you're not allergic to it.
Yeah, because if you're allergic to witch hazel, please let us know.
No shit.
If you're allergic to anything that we use, please let us know. Because we would hate to send you to the ER. That would be very embarrassing for the both of us. But it would be less embarrassing for me than it would be for you, though. Because you knew you were allergic and you just
knew
didn't
you
tell
were
me.
allergic. But I think that
does it.
does it for this one. And then I think the next one we're going to do, we're going to get Case on the microphone. Maybe not tomorrow. Maybe next week. Maybe next Wednesday when we're a little slow. And then we'll get William, and then we'll get Fish, and we'll get Ed's, and yeah, we'll just go down we'll go down the list. No yawning. No, ma'am. Nope. Listen, Linda.
Full tummy, warm window.
Oh yeah, full tummy warm window.